Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating workflow from the channel Industryiq that completely transforms weekly planning. Look, if you've ever felt like your to-do list is actually managing you instead of the other way around, well, you're in the exact right place. We're going to unpack a super structured, highly visual method to finally take back control of your schedule. I mean, have you ever looked at a list of, say, 50 tasks? Your cursor is just hovering there and you just freeze? Yeah, we've all been there. It's task paralysis. We capture all these to-dos, which is great, right? But looking at them all at once, in one massive, undifferentiated block of text, our brains just totally short-circuit. The real issue with an unstructured to-do list is that it completely lacks temporal structure. It tells you what to do, sure, but it gives absolutely zero context on when or how you're actually going to pull it off. It is pretty much a recipe for instant cold sweat anxiety. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the weekly planning challenge, escaping the endless list. So the really crucial point here is contrasting the total chaos of our usual habits against the peace of mind that a time-based system brings. Traditional list views, they require endless scrolling. There's no time context, and honestly, they're super anxiety-inducing. It's like staring into a bottomless pit of obligations. But when we switch to an organized temporal system, that is where the magic happens. By structuring tasks by day, they suddenly become actionable. They become visually manageable. You're no longer staring up at an impossible mountain. Instead, you're looking at a carefully mapped-out hiking trail, just taking it day by day. Moving right along to section 2, enter the column view, the Industryiq secret weapon. Now, what's genuinely brilliant here is how a standard native app feature, specifically column view and Apple reminders, can be completely reframed as this powerhouse visual tool for time management. Basically, column view organizes your tasks into a Kanban-style layout. So instead of one long, depressing vertical list, you get side-by-side vertical columns. If you've ever messed around with software development or modern project management, you know the Kanban board. It's an absolute game changer because it turns abstract digital text into what feels like physical index cards. You can just slide them right across your screen from one category to the next. Which brings us to section 3, the Industryiq workflow steps, setting up your week. Let's walk chronologically through exactly how to set this workflow up, going from that terrifying blank screen to a confidently planned week. It boils down to 3 core steps. Step 1, clear out that main task inbox. You absolutely got to get everything out of your head and into the system, but you cannot just leave it sitting there. Step 2, create specific day columns. You're basically building the architectural framework of your upcoming week right here. And finally, step 3, distribute those tasks across the days of the week. You are taking that massive pile of stress in your inbox and dealing it out, kind of like a deck of cards, into totally manageable daily hands. And here is what the Industryiq method actually looks like in practice. By mimicking that column view layout, we can instantly see why it's so effective. You've got Monday through Friday lined up perfectly. Finalized report might sit right there on Monday, while email client gets pushed over to Tuesday. The real beauty is, when you wake up on Wednesday, you don't even care about Thursday or Friday, and you definitely aren't staring at Monday's completed tasks. You are entirely focused on Wednesday's column. Plus, this setup physically forces you to be realistic with your time. You literally cannot drag 50 tasks into Monday without the visual weight of that column screaming at you that it's impossible. It's a built-in reality check. Let's move into section 4, key productivity takeaways, why this method works. Let's quickly lock in these main takeaways. First off, this setup completely replaces overwhelm with visual structure. Our brains crave boundaries and geometry, and columns give us exactly that. Second, it turns abstract lists into temporal plans. A task isn't just some vague thing to do anymore, it is an actual appointment you've made with yourself for a specific day. Third, it leverages built-in Apple tools super efficiently. You don't need some expensive subscription to complex software for this. The tool is literally already sitting in your pocket. And lastly, it brings a Kanban-style workflow to your everyday planning. It takes industrial-grade organizational psychology and applies it straight to your grocery lists and work projects. That is what taking control of your time actually looks like, rather than just documenting how much of it you're lacking. So, wrapping things up, the system is laid out right in front of you, and the tools are already at your disposal. The real question is, how are you going to structure your columns to take back control of your upcoming week? Are you going to stick to the standard Monday through Friday, or maybe build columns for specific energy levels or contexts? The structure is entirely yours to command. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.